Today on Wildlife Nation Expedition Florida.
You guys ready?
Yeah!
All right.
I helped the Miccosukee tribe in their efforts to restore native animals to the river of grass.
To see it disappearing slowly, we have to put a stop to that.
Then we joined a team of conservationists to preserve one of the rarest birds in North America.
What we're holding right now is 2% of the population.
Plus, we rescued 2 different species from fishing entanglement.
They are very adaptive. They can survive.
I'm Jeff Corwin. Wildlife Nation is dedicated to conserving the natural wonders of North America. And now, we're teaming up with the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida to safeguard the vibrant wilderness of the Sunshine State. We'll explore this region's diverse landscapes and extraordinary creatures as we work alongside the passionate conservationists dedicated to protecting them. This is Wildlife Nation Expedition Florida. I'm at Loggerhead Marinelife Center on Florida's Atlantic coast, where rescued sea turtles are brought to heal. Joining me is my friend, Secretary William Osceola of the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians of Florida.
In our culture, we believe that there's a connection between us and the environment. We're not separated from it. So the Everglades water flows from Lake Okeechobee all the way down to the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico. So if the animals are suffering based off of that water quality, humans should realize we're going to be the next ones to suffer as well.
Lola originally came in because she was hit by a boat propeller.
Marika, a vet tech here at the Loggerhead Marinelife Center, is fighting to help save each of these threatened turtles.
Getting hit by boats is probably one of the biggest challenges we face right here locally.
Some are victims of boat strikes, while others have survived fishing line entanglement and even shark attacks.
Most likely, a large shark got that front left flipper.
So who do we have here, Marika?
We have Patty,
Patty?
a little green that was found on St. Patrick's Day.
Gosh.
Although she looks pristine at a glance, Patty was entangled by fishing lines.
So you could see right there where that flipper has been significantly wounded, where that fishing line has wrapped around it. It's a big, big problem. How do we stop this?
I think education goes a long way. We have a responsible peer initiative where we're teaching anglers how to properly dispose of their fishing line, and if they do accidentally catch a sea turtle, what to do, so that hopefully if a turtle does ingest a hook or become entangled, we can get called right away.
How is that healing? How's that look to you?
It is in the process of healing. She still uses it in the water. I'm just keeping a really close eye on it. Our goal is to always save the flipper, but if we do end up having to amputate, if they have 3 flippers, they're still good to get released.
And the great news is they are very adaptive. They can survive. They are resilient turtles. I have seen them survive with multiple flippers missing.
Popeye, do you mind passing me that syringe and then the little container below it?
And what is
Perfect.
this?
Something that we take really seriously is making sure we're managing the sea turtle's pain when they're here. So this is going to be an anti-inflammatory to hopefully help with that swelling of this front flipper.
So on average, how many turtles are you guys seeing a year?
Usually we'll see between 100 and 150.
Before we x-ray Patty's flipper, Marika applies a special honey to help heal the wound.
All right, let's go to x-ray. I'll be nice and careful.
So Marika, what is this x-ray telling you?
Right here, you can see where that stricture wound was, but the bones actually look healthy. So we're gonna monitor that really closely, and as long as Patty keeps using that front flipper and x-rays remain looking good like this, then hopefully we can keep that flipper.
Awesome.
Each injured turtle tells the story of the challenges they face in our changing world. And thanks to the dedicated staff here at Loggerhead, that gives me hope for tomorrow. Coming up, we join the fight to restore the river of grass by returning creatures lost to invasive species. In the Everglades, numerous critical factors, including flawed water management, and just like in the Keys, invasive species like pythons have decimated the native wildlife. Today, the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida is working to reverse that.
I would always come out here and appreciate the earth and appreciate the Everglades because it's my home. Not only that, it's my ancestors' home. To see it disappearing slowly, we have to put a stop to that.
We've teamed up with the South Florida Wildlife Center to return rescued animals back into the river of grass.
The great mission for this amazing wildlife center is that they're excellent at saving animals and giving them that second chance. But that second chance isn't fulfilled if they can't live in the wild.
It's very difficult. It's probably one of the hardest things is actually finding a safe place to release these animals. Because of all the development that's happening, all the new housing getting built up, they're literally building it on top of some of these patients' habitats. And that's why they're here.
So their challenge of not having places to relocate wildlife is fixed in solving their problem of not having the wildlife in their revered habitats. So Hector is gonna grab one of those hawks, put it in a flight cage to get it ready for the journey ahead.
We have 3 broad-wing hawks in here. The one we're actually going to be catching is the only adult. He already passed flight conditioning, so that's what cleared him for release.
Dr. Horgan gives our broad-winged hawk one last checkup.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little listen to his heart. Okay, that sounds good. He came in stunned, so he wasn't standing, but he bounced back pretty quickly with some supportive care, so it's possible he flew into something. We still want to do one last check of his feathers, make sure that they're in good condition.
Now it gets a second chance in a new home where hopefully it can be wild for a very, very long time.
Excellent job. Supporting our conservation effort is my good friend Marcel, the director of Miccosukee Fish and Wildlife.
A lot of different agencies are working together. We're getting the water levels a little bit better under control. We're seeing the plant communities improve. And it's now at the point where we could bring in the animals. We could bring them and the landscape is now suitable for them. So we know that they're gonna be successful. And we're seeing year over year, we're hitting all these mile markers. And so it's not just hope for the sake of hope, right? It's hope because we're on the right path.
I'm going to hand him off to you, so go ahead and grab him right behind his head and go ahead and put him in there really quick. Good job.
Our real adventure begins right now because Marcel and Hector and the whole conservation team from the Miccosukee, we're heading on out to the hammocks and giving these amazing species of wildlife, from birds to raccoons to opossums, a second chance and a new home. We have members of the community here to be a part of this amazing moment. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Excited?
I'm very excited.
All right. So we got a whole smorgasbord. We got ourselves a swamp buggy ark of critters.
Yep, got it.
Among these sacred tree island hammocks, these animals will help restore a delicate web of life. Up first, Marcel and tribe member Trish begin with the opossums.
We have changed and have had to evolve with the world around us. So I think it's important for everybody to get as involved as they can, and just giving back to the earth that gives to us.
Raising awareness, helping the animals, helping the tribe, everything.
We got Amber and Kendall. You guys are part of this incredible program, the Ambassadors Program. What's the backstory of that?
So the Miccosukee Embassy Fellowship was created to educate the outside world more about the tribe's culture and history. It's especially important for the tribe to be educating our neighbors, Miami-Dade and Broward County, to be able to know who their next door neighbors are that live out here in the Everglades.
And Native peoples, indigenous peoples, have been living here for tens of thousands of years in Florida.
Yeah.
The first people of Florida
Yeah.
were your ancestors, which is kind of incredible.
Makes me very proud and very honored to be able to be a part of this in my generation.
And today that involves getting these adorable raccoons back out into the environment. Now they have their new home in this amazing hammock.
it's time for the cattle egret and broad-winged hawk to return to the skies above this sacred hammock.
I wouldn't be doing this job if I didn't have hope. For me, that's the only way of life I know, to be out here and to appreciate the Everglades. This will always be home.
Coming up, we help conservationists preserve this endangered species.
This, for me, is a bucket list moment.
Today, I'm with Mary Marine, a research assistant from Archbold Biological Station. We're looking for a bird I've been waiting my whole life to witness. This stunning grassland and savanna landscape is one of the last refuges for the critically endangered Florida grasshopper sparrow.
My friends, it's a beautiful morning here in Florida. We're in the DeLuca Preserve, and what's really cool about this place is that it's really mixed use, isn't it, Mary?
Absolutely, yep. So the area that we're standing right now is not only a point of biodiversity with tons of different birds, but it's also a productive cattle ranch.
Which I love. You have folks that are here to make business, and they're able to have a partnership with conservation. And when you can make that work, it's a perfect marriage. But we're here for one very specific species of bird.
The Florida grasshopper sparrow.
Why are grasshopper sparrows in trouble?
Grasshopper sparrows have faced a lot of issues through the years, but the primary one is habitat loss. Compound that with things like invasive species, and you end up with this perfect storm where these birds have declined to a point that they aren't going to be able to rebound on their own.
Unfortunately, the Florida grasshopper sparrow's population has declined to less than 200. But by partnering with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, other partners of the Species Working Group and the Conservation Breeding Program, Archbold is working to prevent the extinction of this imperiled species.
So today, we are going to be setting up mist nets to catch an older female who needs some of her bands replaced.
The team uses multiple bands to help identify these precious sparrows.
So that's our nest right there.
That's our nest.
And guys, this is Liz. She's been here with the spotting scope, keeping an eye on this nest for us, so she's gonna help us. You excited, Liz?
I am very excited.
Why don't you set up one and Jeff and I will get the other?
What you want to have happen is for the bird to fly in it and then not get actually entangled in this part, but just tumble down and get in the shelf area.
Yep.
With the mist nets assembled, we retreat hundreds of feet away so the female is not deterred from returning to her nest. Anxiously, we look and listen for any signs of this remarkable creature that I have waited decades to see up close.
Did I hear a male?
The male is the male for the nest. He's warbling, which, depending on the bird, can sometimes mean that his lady is sitting on his nest. So she is probably over there. She is on.
Oh, there she is.
You got her coming.
We got her. We got her. Oh, that is so awesome. I'm so excited, guys. I've waited 58 years for this.
Coming up, a closer look leads to a remarkable discovery.
What we're holding is 2% of the population.
I'm working with a group of conservationists to preserve the endangered Florida grasshopper sparrow.
This bird was banded 2022 as yellow aluminum, white light blue.
With less than 200 of these birds left in the wild, each one is critically important.
I'm going to start by removing her band that we can no longer read.
We need to update this female sparrow span so Mary's team can monitor it for this conservation effort.
So right now, I'm holding 0.5% of the entire wild population of Florida grasshopper sparrows.
This little sparrow, 0.5% of the population, how many times in a year could she nest?
She could nest anywhere from 1 to 5 times,
5 times.
over the span of the breeding season.
So this one bird, this 0.5% of the population, actually, in her lifetime, equals about 8% of the population when you take away all the challenges of nature. So every one of these birds matters. Wow. So what's really cool about this opportunity is we can get the data, we're getting measurements, we're looking at feather composition.
Oh, she's well fed.
She's got excellent body condition.
Following a quick but important health assessment, it's time for this valuable grasshopper sparrow to return to her nest.
Oh, that was quick.
There she goes.
And there she goes, right back to her nest.
She'll go right back to her babies.
Before leaving the preserve, Mary's team makes another inspiring discovery.
We found this morning a nest with mature enough nestlings that we can go ahead and get those signature band combos on them.
Wonderful.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be amazing. Nest is right here.
Oh my gosh.
And this is really the hope of the species, just
my
right
gosh.
here.
Oh my goodness.
All right, there's 4.
There's 4.
We thought there were 3. That's so exciting.
It feels like such a big responsibility to know that essentially what we're holding right now is 2% of the population.
Yeah.
2% of the population. This, for me, is a bucket list moment because we just see the payoff of all of these partners coming together. And this little grasshopper sparrow beautifully illustrates the value of even the tiniest things. And all of this together, that success means it's a story of hope. Our journey with the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida is about how everything is connected. How the water connects to the grassland, to the coastline, to the coral reef. This ecosystem is part of that hope and is connected.
It all is connected.
Now we can return these important hatchlings back to the nest so they can continue the legacy of this extremely rare species. Next, we reunite with a very special feathered patient I've got a personal connection to. We're back at Pelican Harbor Seabird Station to check in on a special patient, one I have a personal history with.
Well, this is exciting, Yaritza.
Yes, it is.
Let me see my baby. We discovered this tern in a rather unusual way. It actually flew onto a deck when we were diving, doing a project with coral restoration. Lo and behold, was this tern that just wouldn't fly away. We wrapped up work and then dropped the tern off. We took a little x-ray of it, found a fishing hook, then found another fishing hook, but still, Yaritza, it wasn't flying. What was going on?
We're not sure. It's possible the hook that he had in the throat may have caused an infection that affected the shoulder joints, but he was on antibiotics and medications for a while, and he finally recently is seen flying and on the roof in the pen and seems good to go.
That was a lot of work. This was months ago. That was just 2 fishing hooks. Times that by the thousands of fishing hooks that find their way negligently into birds throughout Florida, throughout coastal United States. And it's a story that individually is fascinating, but on the larger scale, it really is quite tragic. And it was 100% preventable. But the great news is our beautiful tern, it is healed, and now it's ready to go. We're hoping we get a nice flight and not a flop, but we'll see. Oh, kind of a flop, but maybe. Come on, you got it. You got it, you can do this. Let's see, come on. You got it, you got it, you got it. Yay, there she goes. Look at that.